Hey everybody, welcome back to Plum Figgy Plans. This is Tammy. How are you doing? Are you ready for the end of June already? Because we're there. We're in week 4. And that's what I'm going to be talking about today in my bullet journal setup videos. So if you haven't seen any of my June setup videos yet, I quickly showed the paper pad that I used to be the background papers for my setup. I decided to go scrapbook style. And yeah, I'm at the end of this journal, and I knew it would stress and, cause bulk in my journal, but I was okay with that because, we're at the end and I didn't have much really writing time left in this one, so I went ahead and went with it. I really liked the design of this paper pad, and Happy Planner has a similar looking. I mean, honestly, I feel like either Happy Planner or Michaels copied from each other the artwork because they look like they go together. They're from the same what word am I looking for? They're from the same design. But so anyway, as you can see, I am just covering the entire page with some scrapbook paper, and then I'll add, so that's going to be my background, and then the busier piece to the right is just going to be the decoration for this particular spread. And then on top of that, you can see on the very right there's some gray paper. That's going to be what I'm going to use to actually write on for each of my days of the week. So I've actually done it. I had a previous week in June where I had the same basic setup, but the paper that I was writing on was pink with black lines, and so I actually really enjoyed that. It was small, like I had to write smaller than I normally would, but it worked out really well, so I was happy with that. So what I'm doing right now, this pink piece is just a little bit too skinny, so there's actually a little bit, that strip that I'm looking at right now, that's how much white space was left over, and I didn't really want it to be that way. So this is from the cut apart sheet in that scrapbook paper pad. So I just found a piece that would be about the right size. There is still a little bit of white showing, but nothing else really was hitting me as something that I wanted to use with that busier pink design. And so I just chose, it's just black with some like white polka dots on it, basically. So that's what I'm doing now. And then once I finish that, I'm going to cut the squares or rectangles. And you can see from the previous week how I kind of did that. I'll do the same idea just with this other paper for this week. Okay, so just kind of arranging those rectangles and boxes basically. I think I got a pretty good layout, and so now I'm going to stamp the days of the week and the number days onto this brown paper. This came from the scrapbook pad also, so it is it doesn't match exactly with what I've got on this particular page, but as you flip through, this is a common theme, this color. And so I'm just using some stamp sets that I got from AliExpress. I thought that the design of those worked really well with the design of the paper. It's kind of like a mod. I don't even know what you would call it, but I'm calling it mod design. It's a little bit different, not script really, but I thought it worked really well. So just cutting these a little bit smaller because I really don't have a whole lot of room to work with as far as height goes. I didn't give myself much room, leave much room to add headers for. So this is a little bit tedious, and I could have obviously used scissors to do that. I'm not great at cutting straight. So for me, using the paper trimmer actually is easier in the long run. Less room for disaster to happen, because I only had so much of that brown paper. I didn't want to, use up too much of it from making mistakes. So at this point, all I need to do is finish gluing all of these down, and then obviously the headers on top. And I'm just kind of eyeballing it here. I'm not really, I haven't measured anything really. I'm just trying to keep the same amount of distance in between each box as I can, while still leaving a little bit of room for my header. I'm going to have to put my header on top of my box, but that's okay. I think there's plenty of room to write on each of them. So just going to do that, and then at the very end, going to go to that Happy Planner sticker book and add a few stickers to kind of finish it off, and this week will be all done. So hope you guys enjoy coming along with me today as we set up my week 4 of June 2025 in my bullet journal, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Bye.